Okay, I'm gonna work a little bit more on this, and then hopefully I'll have some time to work on actually letting you select scenes, things like that, to make this sort of more like a real website. Now I keep forgetting that changing this won't save it as well. Anyway. Okay, so that's working. I think I want the other altitudes to appear. And I just want them to be faded out unless you select them. Or something like that. So I'm gonna add the other ones in here. Which means I basically want to generalize this to update that altitude vector. Or line. So I added this, and I just put update altitude too. And it seems like this should be generalized. Well, it's updating self.altitude. So let me make... It shouldn't be self.altitude. It should be a list of them. Maybe it should just be altitudes. Update altitudes. I'll make that a list. Add... I want to add all of the altitudes. Man. Like that. Then, update altitudes. Pretty much everything that says self.altitude I'll have to update. Altitude label. Altitude label, actually, I do only want one of them to be visible at a time. So maybe I could have self.altitude. Well, no, I should have self.altitudes, then just have like a visible index, something like that. And that's the one that I'll update when I like want to update the active one. So right now, I'll just make this as indexed at 0. And I'll just make this indexed at 0 right now too. Well, no, it should be at base index, I think. Well, I actually don't think so. That's the index at the base, not the index at the altitude. Yeah, I'll just make that index at 0. And this should be altitudes as well. This should be the plural, this should be plural. And that, I think that's all of them. So let's see if I haven't broken anything there. And I have. Update altitudes. True. That should be plural. Has not attribute dragged. That's strange. I set self dot dragged in the initialization here. Okay, maybe it's loading the wrong scene, something like that. Okay, so there we go. Although it's calling update altitude somewhere. There. Okay, there we go. So with that running, now I want to see how I can generalize this to update multiple different ones, since this is only updating the 0th one. And what the... Actually, to start, let me just make this 3 of them. And I'll call this update altitudes. So I'll have that. And then this one, I'll just, for now, I'll have the base index be 2 where it was before. And like the altitude index or whatever be set to 0. Okay. And I think this should do the exact same thing. But it doesn't. I'm not sure what I did there. Maybe there's something in the logs? Well, that seems fine. Let's see if I can bring this back. Just pass this in. Now it's doing the dragged issue. Oh wait, this makes sense. Because I added in those extra lines, but I don't update them at all. So it makes sense that those would be there. Okay, so I do want to do this. And I should stick around there when I move this. Because now what I want to do is move this into a loop. And this can be I. This can be I minus 1 mod 3. And who knows, maybe that's all I need to do. But I don't think I'd be that lucky. Actually, yeah, it seems like it. Yeah, that looks right. It would be nice if I could extend it with dotted lines when the altitude goes outside the triangle like this. But that's fine. Okay, then I'm going to want to fade the other ones. The ones that like isn't active or whatever. I guess I'll set this to 2 at first. And when I update altitudes, I want to set the one at the altitude index. This should be 0 at first. Yeah, then I want to set the ones that aren't at the altitude index. I want to bring down their opacity. So is it self.altitude index? I'll say if altitude index isn't self.altitude index. Then I want to do self.altitudes at this. I'll just set the opacity. Which I don't actually know how to do. Maybe set stroke? I'll set that to half. Okay, and that seems to be doing what I expect. Although I might want to fade it a little bit more. I'll just make this a variable. Make this like maybe 0.3 or 4. I'll just try 3.35. Yeah, I think that's good. Oh, but I can't do present with this. Man, that's annoying. So for now I have to deal with this smaller screen. Now eventually I want to make it so that I'll be able to switch between any of the 3 of these, and then it'll just switch where the label is located and what the label says. But for now, that's doing what I want. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'd really like to have a scene selection page, I think. That you can have a landing page that isn't just, you know, immediately showing you the code. I think that'd be helpful. Law of signs. Oh, I had to debug a bunch of LaTeX stuff. That was annoying. But I really need to commit this too. Man. This is pretty much all the changes I had to make to get this to compile to WebAssembly. And a few relatively small changes to make model matrices work better for lines. Man, there's so much of this. But okay, I need to commit, I think, just all of that. So that and the standard logger utils. Oh, and the SVG stuff. Oh, I think I closed it. Man. I never should have. Well, no. I am glad I switched my keyboard. But it sure takes some getting used to. Okay. What's in setup.py? Did I change that? Oh, I think I generated that. But I don't think I need to commit it. This is general Wasm compatibility and line improvements. Let's say improved. Nah, I'll just put line improvements. I should be able to push this too, I think. Origin. Oh wait, no I can't. Because it didn't add a remote. Or a remote that isn't, you know, the community thing. I should be able to push this. Alright, so I'll do that. Okay, great. Okay, and with that, I'm gonna start a new view, I think. There's the landing page. I think I have to, is it in main.js? So there's the landing. I'll create one called selection. Then I'll create that file. Well, actually, not at app. I want to make that in like views. Yeah, so I want to I'll just touch. What was it going to be? Selection? View. So now I have absolutely nothing. I have slightly more than nothing. I can copy a lot of this from the landing. So this only has one thing. I need this to have one thing for now. But I don't think I need a ton. I just want to make sure this actually works, which it doesn't. I might have to rerun the dev server or something. Oh, not /. Oh, and landing shouldn't be in components. That should be in views. I'll switch that to views. Okay. Yeah, I'll move this into views, which might break some stuff. Well, that's where that's supposed to be. Okay, it looks like nothing just exploded. Amazingly. That's fun to play with. Okay. So the selection and the landing. I want this to default to the selection. That's where I want it to start. Like this. Okay, so now it should start and you just see this. Great. Now what I'm gonna need is I have to have a v4 over all the available scenes. So first of all, I need to know how to get all the available scenes, because right now I'm just keeping them in a text file. This one. I guess it should just be a method. So I'll go ahead and use the composition API. I'll need a get scenes function. Yeah. And for now, I'll just return something that doesn't make sense. This will have to be a prop or whatever. Or not a prop, but it'll have to be reactive. which I don't know how to do either. This has to happen in app a fair amount. Ref of the... Put a ref over the thing. So I think what I want is... I'll do this. Scenes equals ref over this list. Okay. Oh, the function get scenes, which I can have this be an arrow function, I think. And just run this on startup. Honestly, I think I can just, for now, do this. And then return that. Shouldn't do anything. No, ref is not defined. Okay. Okay, so I think that should work. But it didn't. Assignment to a constant. Oh, this should be that value. Always get that wrong. Okay. Well, now it's not doing the loading at all. Which seems a little strange. Oh, because I'm not going to the landing. I want the router to default to the selection. Views present.view and about.view. Wait, where's the default? Oh, the default's here, app. Which should actually also be a view, but I won't deal with that right now. I'll make this the selection. Actually, I'll keep this commented. In case I have to go back for that. I'll make this selection. And this a selection. So now it should load into the selection page. Although I might not even want to do that, and it would be probably a little bit better if I could show the scenes while loading Pyodide. But I can get into that later. Make this a V4. I'll do scene and scenes. I think that's how that works. I don't need a key. Oh yeah, I'll also have to... There's some formatting I'll have to do eventually too. Or like some CSS nonsense. If I go to app.view, this W app, it should be surrounding the landing page. But it's not for any good reason really. Except that it breaks the styling. I'll just make the key be whatever it is. Oh, that wasn't good enough. I think it's something like this. This thing really doesn't like whatever I'm doing. Let me look at how to actually use a V4. Admin items key, which V bind key. This. So I'll make these objects since they'll probably end up. They're gonna have to carry some metadata or something with them anyway. Wait. Why does it expect a colon here? Okay, I guess it likes that more now. Why would it expect a colon here? Oh, because it wants... this should be like the name. Anyway. Okay, why does it not like this end tag? Oh. Because I'm doing it here. Man. Here. Okay. That's something. I guess I should do the styling for this first, but eventually... Oh my gosh. See that name. I'll probably end up wanting it to have like a list of cards or something. Not quite like this. More like this. I think. Although really, maybe I should have them... I don't need anything like that. I think it would look better if they were laid out horizontally rather than vertically. Don't need that right now. I think. Will I end up going back on that? I don't think I will. Although then I would have to make a decision on like where to keep the description and then where to keep the picture. Maybe I will just use the default version. Interesting. Maybe I'll end up doing that. Although there are already lists in view. Okay, I'll just do the card thing. W card title equals whatever. Oh, but I won't want a title. I want it to look probably something like this. Let's see if I can do that. Oh. Spacer. Guess you just put all this stuff, then there's at the bottom this spacer and then the button. So it'd make more sense if you could just click on the card. And I'll also have to come up with a way to get an image. Okay, but for now, let me just see if I can get a card in. I don't have to indent this. So a W card, I'll just actually have this. I'll just move this into a W card. And see if I can do this. Okay, sure, and then there's nothing there. Now, as for getting a right image, I guess I won't deal with that yet. I'm not even totally sure if I want to use a card. But I guess I can decide on that later. I'll just have sine, cosine here, and then law of sines. Okay, that's... I guess... it does a decent job of what I want already. If I had this, it should be probably like centered and stuff. So here's the list. Let me... well, I might as well use the W list since it exists. Colon items equals whatever. Oh, but this doesn't actually format how it looks. So then maybe I won't use it. Oh, you get a template. Interesting. Item dot 3. Okay. Might as well try using that. So now I have this W list. Although, items... okay. Items is this array of objects. In this case, it's going to be seams. And this template hash item, that's basically going to be the card. I wonder why it has this index. Is it like unpacking that from the list? Guess it has to be. You don't use the components of data. You can easily define items directly in the template. Have a different custom layout for every list item, like in this example. Okay, but I want to see one where they use its data. Okay, so here they're using it to update something. I hope you can unpack like any like one of the properties of that item. That would make the most sense. This isn't even a list. Oh, there it is. So I've seen, so I'll try to just make this. Oh, well, I guess I have to put in the item template. What does this mean? This hash index. I wonder if that's just the name for the variable that it increments or something. I guess items is a number here. It's not a list. It says item and it has index and selected, I guess. So looking at this, get the item like this, I hope. Then the template will be a card. Have item dot name. And that didn't display anything. Okay, so that's kind of doing something now. Now all of these, I'm gonna want that centered, and I'm gonna want them probably bigger. I wonder if I can apply like styling to the list itself. Don't see why I couldn't. Let's see. Display flex, align items center. What's the... Okay, so align center. I think there's a... Oh, if you have a W flex. Okay, so let me see if I can put this within a W flex. Don't think that'll change anything. Yeah. Now maybe I'm gonna do align center and justify center. Okay, so this seems to be wider. I think there's a way to make this have width 100% too. Did I write fill width? That might be a wavy Y thing. Yeah, it is. And I'd be able to tell if I could type a little better. Okay, so this doesn't have a parent element. Align center and justify center. I think that would have to be on the parent here. And then another thing. I'm gonna make this appear even if the data isn't loaded. Since there's no reason to wait for that to load, just to look for the layout. It's still doing it though. Even when it's commented. Maybe I can, if I reload that. No. I guess this doesn't comment that. Weird. Although what I could do is just have the router not go to the, not the router, but the app itself, not default to the landing page and just default to the selection page. And that should do the same thing. Okay, I think that's doing slightly more what I was expecting. Although it's not centered on the list now. Really, I want these all to have the same width. Item scenes. Item class. So let's make that fill width, I think. Did that do anything? Guess not. If I made this have width 100%. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Yeah, that's already with the 100%. Why does it have all this margin or whatever? Is it this that I have to have the width 100%? $100. It still doesn't do it. But I'm not sure why this wouldn't. Man, is CSS annoying. There might be something else making it align that way. Is justify center and align center right? It looks like it is. Yeah, otherwise it goes to the side or it goes to the top. So this list, this needs display flex. Can I do that? I guess I can try just putting a class on the list. Let's set an ID on the list and all the list items. Don't think that's what I want. Let me just try putting display flex here. Or I guess that's a style. I think that worked. Although it's on the wrong orientation. I would expect there'd be an automatic class for making things have the flex property, but I guess not. Okay, so let's try this. Align center, justify center. Oh, and make it like rows, however you do that. I think it's flex direction. That might actually be all I need, but this. Great. That took a lot more effort than I thought it would. And actually, Yeah, they're still not... They don't have the full width still. I think I have to like... Would it be justify content? I have to do justify stretch, I think? Oh, that didn't do it. Here's the unordered list. I must have gotten the justify thing wrong. At least it's not appearing there. Is justify stretch a thing? Stretch auto-sized items to fit the container. Yeah, so that is a thing. It's not supported by Flexbox? I did item class fill with... can you align self-stretch? Or justify self? I guess not. What is the width of this even determined by? Display block doesn't do it. Has flex grow 1, which should be a good thing. Let me see if I just updated this thing's width. None of them do anything. Why? So that does something. I think it's too much work to try to do this with cards. Let me see if this is any different with a div. And I can do the div style or class. Let's fill width. And it makes no difference. I cannot hit the 0 when I want to. Okay, that made 100%. Took a lot of work though. Hold on, I got to make this like have a more visible color. Something gross like that, and then margin bottom like 2. Positive 2. There's those terrible looking cards I was looking for. At this point, there's so much that I'm not sure what it even did. Okay, so I did need the width 100%. No, those actually aren't doing anything either. This isn't taking 100% of the width of the parent. I need that on the list item. Yeah, I don't know if this can be done with a W list. Also, I need a different song. Okay, that was fun while it lasted. I'm just gonna do a V4 though. So this... I need the flex. And close that. Just show that scene.name. What is this complaining about? A div containing another div. That should be fine. Okay. So this is the one that has to have the flex direction. So dot column. Okay. Okay, so now why? Oh, maybe that's why. So these are 100% width now. But you can't see. Well, then what's colored red here? So these are colored red. So I think I want this here. Perfect. I think this can just be the name. Column fill width. Okay, then I'm gonna want pretty big margins on both sides of this. probably larger than I can do automatically. Why is it only doing this on one side? It is 12. Okay, not sure why that's happening. I make this 50 pixels and a margin left of 50 pixels. What does this do? Yeah, I guess I can't do this margin. I'd have to use padding or something. So I tried that. Okay, so that does it. Okay, so line center and justify center. Each of these is gonna have to have padding or like margin. Something like this. Okay, then give it some height. You can make that like, I don't know, 60 pixels. Okay, probably want it taller, but let me... Okay, that's 100%. Let me make this 120. Or so. Round out the sides. No, you can't have two of these, darn. Let's do... Border can be 1 pixel. Solid gray. Okay, then I can remove the background color. I want to round the corners. Let me see what color I used for this. 2 pixels solid that. Might as well just steal that. Okay. And the border radius. No, but on all sides. Okay, great. Definitely need that, but I'll try... using this. Okay. Maybe increase this margin. Center the text. Which maybe I can just make this a W flex. No, I don't think I want to do that. I can make this contain a W flex, I think. Then this can have align center and justify center. And I have to have row, I think, or column. It didn't work. Is the name column or is it call or something? No, it's column. Maybe it has to be within a div, possibly? Okay, now I have no idea why that isn't centering. This is what I wanted to have, that styling. Yeah, that makes sense, I think. Wait, so this is the div. Yeah, this makes sense. I should really clean up some of the CSS as well. Okay, great, then it gets centered. Justify center, align center. I think I don't want the align center. Assuming I know what that does. Which maybe I didn't. Wait, what's justify center? Okay, that's what I want. Padding right, padding left. I'll just put padding on the top, I guess. Yeah, that looks good. I might want to increase all of these. Can I just do one padding? I'm gonna just put the 3 numbers. What's the order? I guess it's top, right, bottom, left. It's 0 and then 50 pixels. Okay, so I should do the same thing, and it does. Okay. Did these have to be divs? I forgot. I probably want them to be anyway. But then what will I want to see other than that? These will have to be bigger for one thing. Div containing a flexbox. It seems kind of awkward. It has this flexbox just to center it. I guess that's fine. Okay, let's make this like title 2 or something. I just think it should be even bigger than that. Just a tad. Great. So this is a column. This one, I think I want to make this a W flex too. And make it not a column. And that is not what I wanted. Or this to be. And then a line start or whatever. Just kidding, I'm getting aligned and justified backwards. Okay. If I put padding on the div, that'll make that look a little better. W flex align center. Maybe even more than that. And actually, this should really only be padding on the side. That's the only padding I'll actually need here. Yeah, something like that. Then what I'll really need, maybe I could just make this a card. Maybe. You know what would happen if I made it a button? Maybe this is where I could use a list. Not for like... Well, no, because then I have to replace that, and it didn't work last time. I really just wanted to do something when I mouse over it, I guess. Maybe it should be, maybe this should be a W button. And that is way too bright. But I like the enthusiasm. Color, if no color in PG color is set. And if either outline or text is set to true, the primary color will be applied. Maybe that'll make it only the outline. Okay, and it does. Then I have that. What I want is probably a description. And then either a preview. A preview would be really nice, but probably hard to do. But I want a description and then something visual about it. I wonder, I'm basically copying this idea from this person's website. Isn't that neat? From basically this. Well, this doesn't actually have. When you open it, just looking at it, there isn't something visual. Huh. Although there is here. I guess we can deal with that later. I'll just center this. Great, and then I'll make these buttons go to the whatever. Wait, does this need to be display flex? I prefer if all of these styles were as simple as possible. Border, border radius, do need all of that. Fill width, I do need that. Align center? I don't know if I need that. I don't even know if this outside part needs to be a W flex at all. Or if this even needs to be here at all. Well, it is doing the padding. But could I just put that on the W app? Column and fill width. First, I'll see if this needs to be column. And it does. I'm gonna try putting all of this on the app to save an element. Okay, and that just works. Although I might want to get in the habit of not putting things on the app so that I can move that into the landing page. So actually for that reason, I won't put it on the app. So I need all of that. I'm pretty sure I need all of the... Yeah, I need that. Okay, so I need pretty much all of these styles now, which is what I want. Okay. Now I just need to make these actually link to the scene. Which I hope I know how to do that. I think I need like router link. I think. Just go to present. Oh, this just does that. Is that what I want to do? Just push onto the stack? Well, I think the only reason I need to do it here is because this doesn't just go to present, it does a bunch of stuff. Just pause the current scene. And it does that with this. Now from here you won't have to pause, so I think I can just make this, the button, a router link. Did I actually use router link anywhere? Didn't. Okay. What is navlink? There's a more advanced API that primarily targets library authors, but can come in handy for developers as well. Whoops. Most of the time in a custom component like a navlink or other. Oh, for vSlot. That doesn't tell me what navlink does. I'll just use the router link with the 2 attribute. just hope this doesn't, mess up my styling. I don't even have a path for the app. I'll just make it go to about. Okay. And it did change the styling, which is annoying. I wonder if... I remove underline. You don't generate HTML tags. Look at the domics inspector. LIA empty. Now the styling answers above do not work due to Vuetify's built-in styles. You have to use inline CSS styling. Oh, there's only one answer. Okay, I'll try that. Still looks darker than it was before. Or was I imagining that? Yeah, now it's brighter. Maybe I could put the router link outside the button? Okay, sure. Oh, but now there's a list of buttons that all go to the same place. Also, is my about page just not there? Oh, it's there. Oh, but there's no view page or whatever. Okay, so this is gonna have to do something. It's gonna have to push onto the stack anyway. So on click, just gonna have to like go to scene. Or does that have to be an anonymous function? I hope this works. Please scene.name. And this function I'll have to return that. Great, so that works. It's gonna have to go to like either the development page or the present page for that scene? Great. Okay. So then I might as well make it just go to the normal present page at first. Oh, it... Okay. So it to be landing. So we'll have to make that change now. Well, it's not going to the landing page. So that needs to be landing. So that's going to be the first thing to load. And then the landing page is going to show the selection page after it loads. Okay, great. Oh, this doesn't do anything. Although, was this supposed to do anything? This only console.logs the name. Well, it's not console logging it either. So why is that? Go to scene.name. Yeah, I don't know why that's not doing anything. That's weird. I'll try, just rerunning the server. Okay, so it loaded all that stuff. Okay, now that's doing that. Great. So I'm gonna have this just push the present. I might as well just do the same thing. I might as well just have the same code do it. So I'll just emit this. And actually, why is this... There's this... This only emits go to present. But it's its own separate function. Why? It should be an anonymous function. Cool. And now this will do the same thing. Okay. Nice. Emit is not a function. Sine cos is not defined. I think that makes sense. I might have broken my present component. Oh, it only works with the if example is set to the sine cosine scene. So it only works when this is example. Okay. Okay, so that works. Although there's no back button. Weird. I don't know if I pause it before I go back. Oh, before unmount I emit pause. Why do I have to give the name? Play render loop equals false and that's it. So it doesn't wait for the pause. It just does that. Okay, sure. So now I have to give this some information to tell it what it should be doing. So it doesn't always go to the same scene. Okay, so now I'm going to import sine cosine instead of example. And that probably broke the... Well, actually, that might not break the coding part. Oh yeah, why do I have to send... When I pause, I don't have to send that information, so I'm not going to. That was weird. That clears the scene. Interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna have to pass some data to like... I'll have to pass data somehow before I go to this present page. Actually, I don't think this has to be so hard. I think I can just have this name, sine, cosine, and then like a default scene. which is also sine cosine in this case. And then when I click it, when I emit this, I'll emit this information up to the landing so that it knows which scene to, which scene and which scene within the scene. I guess which class and which scene to load. Don't think there's any other way to pass information into the router. Yeah, I don't think so. So I won't bother to. I think named routes might, yeah, like I could put it here. But I don't think I can have a different path for each name of the class and for each scene or whatever within it. So here's go to present. When I do this, let's see if I can just pass an argument like this. Scene dot. I can just pass the scene, I guess. The entire thing. Since I'll need both of those. Okay, anyway. It's not providing an export named example. manofscene.js. Something must be importing example. It's probably this. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't make that much sense. The name of the scene that's using should be set somewhere else. But I'll just export this. Oh, and then actually... Yeah, okay. Oh my goodness. Give me a break. Great. I forgot what the scene is supposed to do. I guess it's still jumping there. And it didn't print anything, which I think is bad. Thanks, Sway. So it didn't print whatever, so that's not what I was hoping for. Go to present and the scene. So I think I have to do this. This will have the scene. I have to call it here. And maybe now it'll print that. But it didn't that time. And it still didn't. Before scene and scenes. Yeah, I feel like that should work. Let me just try doing that. And maybe I'll have to reload it or something. Still nothing. It's weird that it's... Yeah, maybe I have to reload this because it's not printing anything, which is kind of weird. You'd think it would at least print undefined or something. No, same thing. Okay. Okay, I'm going to not emit it from here. Instead, I'll just call like a function called go to present. Maybe that's why I was doing that before. That actually makes so much sense. Here? But I'm doing it for pause. I'll just do it this way. Yeah. And this, I'll also call the local function. Like so. Oh, here we go to scene. I'll call it present. Okay. Oh, it's a proxy. I don't think that would change anything, though. Okay, whatever. Alright, and then I'll emit go to present. With that arg. And this is like a scene object. Scene data. Should probably call this scene data too, but anyway. And this. Okay. Emit is not defined. Great. Okay, so I do need it here. And it didn't work, so that's great. Emit go to presented scene data. Oh. I guess I had to do scene data value? Maybe that'll help? Nope, didn't help. Okay. So I emit this, it goes here, this. It's being passed here. Let me see if the print works. Okay, so it's undefined on selection view 42. Okay. Okay, so I guess you can't have that here? That's annoying. I wonder if we can do like see that name. Guess that's also undefined. Yeah, I guess you can't like have a click thing on the same element. So I'm just gonna try to put it on this, the flex instead. Or I guess I could like just put this within a div. I'll try that. And this will have the v4 stuff. Okay, now they should be able to access the scene, I think. Okay, so I might not have loaded that time. No, still. Let me see if I can do the name. I wasn't trying to do that. Okay. Why is this not working? I wonder if there's anything about like V4 with click. To use both events and params, we need something like this. The way this is asked makes it seem like it should just work. V4. I guess I'm trying to do this. And clicked on native. So something like this. It looks like it's working for this person too. You currently have one active property for your whole instance. Click within V4. So this person doing a similar thing. You need to remove the variable from the @click function callback and append it to the code. Oh. Interesting. So like... Oh, that's really weird. Plus... then this. And it already doesn't like it. Yeah, I guess it doesn't like that. Duplicate attribute plus. Well, I am doing it this functional way. Nope, same problem. Yeah, well. Oh, I'm gonna have to go debug that offline. Alright, so I'm gonna call it there.